Hey, thousands of truck drivers are now being forced to leave the industry not long after the pandemic spurred crippling supply chain issues and a massive driver shortage that we've put a spotlight on here. But many truck drivers who were raking in thousands of dollars a month during COVID are now struggling to even make ends meet. The number of trucking companies in America increased 50% from the start of the pandemic to the end of 2022. And with supply chain woes, workers were offered record pay. So thousands jumped into the industry, and now that the strain on the supply chain has eased back to those pre-pandemic levels, the demand for truckers has slowed down. So let's bring in Michael Lombard. He's a truck owner and operator and the host of the Lombard Trucking Show podcast. He drives conversation about all things trucking, fitness, and a whole lot more. Michael, we have been looking forward to talking to you all week now.
Yes, thank you. Glad to be here. You know, that word, you just said it off the rip, that driver shortage. And I hate to say this, but the driver shortage is a system of stealth corporate welfare masked as a jobs program, which debases drivers' wages by subsidizing the truckers' retention problem. There actually was never any driver shortage at all.
So then why did everybody put a spotlight on this trucker driver shortage if it wasn't real?
So the truck driver shortage is a narrative pushed by the ATA, the American Trucking Association, which actually doesn't represent truck drivers. They represent mega retail carriers and what they do and how they lobby to the FMCSA there in Washington. So there's no shortage of qualified CDL drivers in the United States. What we're looking at is a huge turnover issue that would happen for a lot of these companies. Now, there was a surge of independent owner operators and single truck motor carriers that entered the market because of a lot of nuance and fake glamour of the glorification, glamoring of it on social media. The life coaches and the get rich quick trucking as a side hustle types made their way onto YouTube for a quick buck.
And when you say that, because I wanted to talk to you about the glamorization of it. At the height of COVID, we saw so many people taking to social media saying this was kind of a get rich quick kind of deal. Some people saying I'm bringing in $20,000 a month. What are some of the biggest misconceptions that you see in the daily life of a driver?
So the biggest misconception is what happened is a lot of these new motor carriers entered the market and they were using load boards. And these load boards essentially became the Tinder or Bumble of freight. And so what they were doing is they were swiping left and right on high paying freight because the demand was so high on the spot market to move goods and services that the money was insane, unprecedented. These were market rates never really seen before in the industry. So people came in, and along this time frame, about two and a half years, they were communicating with freight brokers and with shippers and moving stuff, and they weren't establishing relationships with these people. They would just, swipe left and right on these brokers. They came and go. And then when it came time for the market to drip and demand eventually slowed, they didn't build up business relationships like you do in any other business, which requires you build a book of clients and build on relationships. So that way you can continue to have this sort of business, so that way your business can survive and have longevity.
Well, Michael, I wish I could talk to you. I wanted to talk about health, mental well-being. Let's have you back on the show. But happy Friday to you. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.